First 4 rounds of Lucas Oil Pro Motocross, Honda's teenage superstar Jet Lawrence has proved to be the class of the 250 field until today. The luck ran out. His bike blew up, and young Joe Shimoda takes advantage with his first ever career win in motocross. The point standings have flipped. Moto 2 coming your way. From where? It's round 5 of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship, sanctioned by AMA Pro Racing, the KTM RedBud National. Jason Wygan and Ricky Carmichael here to call the action. Will Christian will be reporting from the racetrack, and we have already had quite a bit of action out there today. Jet Lawrence was looking to jet away with our first moto win a little over an hour ago, and the bike let go, RC.
It did. Rarely do you see that at this level anymore. And, you know, the crazy thing about it, too, is, Jason, that Jet Lawrence rides the bike in a perfect part of the power band. He doesn't, the power curve, excuse me. He doesn't over rev the bike very much, and he rides in, like I said, the perfect part of the power curve. And to see that bike go backwards is interesting.
Okay, so he's out surveying the track for Moto 2. Let's give you the highlights of Moto number 1 from earlier. Which, yes, that's where he had the bike problems. There he is on the line. 4 wins in the first 4 rounds of the series for the defending champ. And the Lawrence brothers, Jet and Hunter, are going to lead the field around early.
They do, 1-2, but at number 30, man, of Joe Shimoda, he was there the whole time. Never, ever gave up, and it was fun to watch. You see Ryder DeFrancisco going down the second turn. Hated to see that for the rookie.
Here's Jet making the move, or trying to make the move on Hunter with Shimoda right there. Now another pass attempt from Jet on Hunter, and this one worked.
It did, right up the inside. That's great heads-up riding by the both of them. Jet doesn't fade out. Hunter anticipates the pass. He slows down.
There's Shimoda still lurking in third, and then he realizes he's got problems.
Yep, he does, pointing down at the bike. Now watch the blue smoke come out of the exhaust. And that's going to be the end of it right there.
Unbelievable for your series points leader. He's done the long push back to the paddock. So now Hunter Lawrence has the lead, but Shimoda would not give up.
He didn't. All you young kids watching, this is a perfect example of never giving up, because look what can happen. And Joe Shimoda showed us that. He was resilient. He stuck with it. Boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
There you go.
The lead and pulls away from there. Hunter Lawrence actually said he felt his engine was starting to let go, so he backed it way down, which results in a huge gap at the finish line for Shimoda. 21 seconds, and that is the first career moto win for the rider out of Japan. Styles Robertson coming off the injured list. Rough season this year, but he ends up on the podium in third, just ahead of his teammate RJ Hampshire, Seth Hamaker in 5th. Now Jet Lawrence, they have a new motor in that bike, but he will have a terrible gate pick because he did not finish in the points in Moto 1. Can he salvage a good enough start to challenge for at least a Moto win today and get some of those points back that he lost in Moto 1?
Honda, celebrating 50 years of off-road dominance.
We are back here at RedBud. We'll give you the tour of the facility with our MX versus ATV Legends track map. Go ahead, RC.
Here you go. It's a good one. One of the best tracks in American motocross, hands down. Ritchie family, the promoters of this race, do a fantastic job, and this track has turned out to be great today. Lots of different lines these riders can take. You got Larocco's Leap. Let's take a closer look, though, at that sand section, and it has been brutal all day long. It's a great passing zone as well. Some guys going inside, some guys going outside. If you're able to carry good speed around that outside, getting into the rollers, gives you a nice advantage to make a possible pass towards the end of these rollers.
Let's send it down to Will Christian. We talked about the drama there with the engine problems. Jet Lawrence, what's the latest over there, Will?
Well, that's right, and you can see the resulting gate pick that Jet Lawrence has now got there pretty far outside here of this first turn, guys. But I spoke to Honda HRC to see what the deal was with the bikes, and they have done a complete motor swap out on Jet's bike, yes, but also Hunter's. Hunter's, I was told, was more of a precautionary measure because the specs are identical, so they wanted to make sure he had no issues here in Moto 2 as well. They weren't specific about what they had found, what the problems were, but they said obviously they will be looking into it here this week before we get back to racing.
Thanks, Will. 35th gate pick for Jet after not finishing the first moto. Okay, Ricky, it's time for the KTM keys to the moto.
Well, you got to take advantage of the multiple lines right there. You don't have to follow the guys. Go inside, outside, use it to your advantage. And we talked about it on the track map. Good entry into the sand rollers. If you can make, it's a great passing zone. Carry some speed around that outside, keep your momentum up, and make that pass.
So we are ready for our final race of the day here at RedBud in the KTM National, and that is 250 Moto number 2, Jet Lawrence way on the outside. Because your gate position in the second moto is based on your finish in the first moto, and there you can see how far outside he is. He actually got a little bit of a bailout. Looks like a couple other riders didn't go to the gate, either physical problems or equipment troubles. So, okay, he had the 35th gate pick, maybe it's 31st or something along those lines. It's still going to be tough on the outside of that right-hand first turn. Fly Racing 32nd card is up. Joe Shimoda has his first ever Moto win. Can he get his first ever overall win? Making it happen here in Moto 2. You know, Hunter Lawrence is fighting for that overall, try to get maximum points against his brother in the championship today. An inside gate for Michael Mosman. The inside gate worked for his teammate, Justin Barsha, in the 450 class.
Team tactics.
They like it. Card is sideways. Revs are up. Gates down. I think that's the rookie going for the whole shot. Ryder D. He does it. First pro race. Ryder D. Francesco to the lead. Oh, got hung up on the inside of that corner. And it's his teammate Seth Hamaker going to take the lead in the 47. Great job by Hamaker. And Time Masterpool, Privateer, great run in the top 10 of Moto 1. Oh!
Hamaker.
Oh, man.
He came out of that corner.
Masterpool's in the lead.
Lost traction with the rear end, goes sideways, gets ejected from the motorcycle.
How about Masterpool? I didn't even know he was going to race today. I saw him in practice. There's Hamaker now back up. Bike is super twisted.
Oh, what a bummer for Seth Hamaker, but you got to be aware. Oh, look at
Hunter
that.
Hunter Lawrence, where is he coming from? He just went down the inside past about 3 riders.
Going for it early in this second moto, wanting to get out front, like you talked about it, maximizing the points, taking advantage of his brother's misfortune with the DNF.
So Masterpool coming off of the injured list to race today, putting a family program together with his brother Jake as a mechanic. Great run in Moto 1, even better leading now in Moto 2 after Hamaker crashed the lead away. Feet off the pegs, a mistake. Hunter takes advantage. No! Masterpool fights back.
Masterpool getting after it early on. Moto 2, he had a great ride in Moto 1 also. What a great learning lesson, too, for the rookie, Ryder D. Francisco.
Yeah, he's going to get his chance to see what it's like up front at a pro race. Robertson third in Moto 1. Another good start here, fourth in Moto 2. Well, you know what Hunter wants to do? He wants to get the lead, but man, is Masterpool doing a good job being stingy with it. He's looking over to make sure no one else does Larocco's leap. No one else does. Masterpool, big leap into the sand. Is he going to get a lap led here? Hunter airs it out. Not enough. Yes. Masterpool leads the first lap at RedBud. How about this? Again, just recovering from injury. It has been an injury-riddled season for him. Supercross and Motocross. Beta drone cam showing Masterpool, who's great at this track. Came out off an injury at this track a couple of years ago and got a podium. So there's something about RedBud that works for Masterpool out of Texas. Di Francesco is third still. So a lot of stories out there, but where is Shimoda? Oh, we heard he has gone down. He is in 25th place. As for Jet Lawrence, he is in 8th. So a couple of different stories to tell. Firth Hamaker, your early race leader.
So he's going to go outside, and then watch as he goes up the face of that jump. The bike goes sideways. He gets high-sided off the bike. Luckily, didn't get tangled up with anybody else. That was a bad place to go down. Ooh, he catches the backside of the jump, so hopefully he's not hurt. He gets back up, his bike's all twisted up.
And that cloud of dust in that pile is the 30 of Shimoda, your first Moto winner.
Let's see here, Cooper, Hampshire. Hate to see that.
So those are 3 contenders all down early, looking to take advantage. It's all falling into the lap of Hunter Lawrence, but he still has his hands full with Ty Masterpool. There's never been a doubt that Masterpool can pull starts and go very, very fast in motocross, and he's reminding the industry of that right now. We check back in with Jet Lawrence. He did his job. He turned that 30th or so gate pick into a decent enough start. He's in 8th right now. Masterpool maintains the lead.
Riding well. And this is going to be a great points day for Hunter Lawrence. You think about it. Taking the points lead, getting great starts all day long. He's going to have a good chance, good opportunity to win this second moto, get the overall. I just think that Joe Shimoda's got too much ground to make up, especially considering Hunter's right up here battling for the lead.
Ty Masterpool. Parents have a ski racing background. His dad was considered a revolutionary as far as training techniques back in his days training with the U.S. Olympic ski team athletes. But so funny, I've asked the dad about it. He doesn't reveal too much. I asked Ty about it, and he's like, yeah, I don't know what my parents did. They never tell me. But if you go on some of the ski racing forums, they will talk highly of Jerry Masterpool and what he was able to do. And those training techniques, hey, we're going to lap 3, and Ty is still leading them around. Robertson is now 3rd ahead of DeFrancisco. Here is Jet trying to make the move on Levi Kitchen.
The chef getting in the mix.
He's fighting back on Jet around the outside. No room there.
Nah, Jet shut the door on him.
Carson Mumford missed early races in this series with an injury. He's back in action. Well, Jet just goes right down the inside of Mumford on the Bar X Chaparral Suzuki. So Jet starting to put it back together here.
Got some ground to make up. It's going to be a lot of fun watching Jet get by these guys to see his creativity.
There it is. Hunter Lawrence finally has made the move on Masterpool. Still got to tip the visor to Ty. What a great ride he's putting in.
Certainly out here battling for the lead, riding really well, showing a lot of speed.
And Robertson, great in Moto 1 on the podium. He's right there again here in Moto 2. This would be a huge shot in the arm for him. He's had stops and starts to his pro career, a couple of good races, some podiums here and there in Supercross, and then injuries. Was that on purpose for Hunter, going from outside or inside to outside, cut straight through that berm?
I think it was. They were working that line in the first moto as well, and it's kind of the best of both worlds, because you go to the inside, you don't use up so much track length, and then you hop to the outside where it's smooth. It's the best of both worlds. So that's a nice line savvy move.
It is, but Masterpool is hanging right there with Hunter Lawrence.
This is great.
Something about RedBud for Ty. We again saw this a couple of years ago when he's on this Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing machine. He hole shot and held on for a Moto podium, and he wants to do the same again today. Robertson 3rd. DeFrancisco in his first pro race is 4th. And Jet Lawrence, with all that action back there, has moved up to 5th, and he's not that far off the lead.
No, he's not. And I was talking about, we were talking about it during the week, Jason, like what would be realistic goals for a rider at DeFrancisco? And I'm like, well, number 1, to get the experience, but 2, if he could be inside top 10 both motos, that would be like a win. And there is no better learning lesson than what he is learning right now. I don't care how much you practice, train. Racing with these guys at this level it's a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, he's getting that right now. DeFrancisco, who won both of the scouting moto combines for amateur races at these events last year, and they have closed in on Robertson. Let's see. Oh, a mistake by Robertson, and DeFrancisco makes the move, and then Robertson tries to grab some clear vision, and he might get zapped here by Jet, and he does. So a lot of passing here the last couple of laps. Lawrence is really starting to stir. He was about 9th. I believe this will put him into 5th. But how about DeFrancisco in the 5, 23, and 4th?
Yeah, you just have to wonder for rider DeFrancisco, had he not went down in that second turn in the first moto, I think the top 10.
Yeah, that was going to be possible, I think, in Moto 1, but I had to call a pass here. Jet, he has put it back together here this last lap or so.
Wow,
So that'll
some
put him in
great
third.
passes. He's made up a lot of ground this last lap.
Past 3 riders. And now it's only Masterpool between himself and his brother, and he peeks over his shoulder to see where Hunter is. Plenty of time.
Oh yeah, lots of
run for the
racing
moto
left.
win. Yep.
Lots of racing left. 21.5 minutes plus 2 laps.
So Ty Masterpool out of Texas. Told the story here, coming back from injury. You wouldn't know it the way he's riding. And as soon as Hunter got to him, Ty puts a couple of good lines together and actually stretches it back out. I don't know where the 30-minute fitness is for Ty, but the speed is great. We're going to try to check back in with our first moto winner. Who's Joe Shimoda. He's in 14th right now as you watch the Fly Racing battle box. If he could get around the top 10, I think he could still salvage a podium for the day. Masterpool, if the race ended right now, would be third overall.
Podium.
Unreal. I mean, I think he literally has blank shrouds on the side of his bike.
I mean, it's likely that Shimoda's certainly going to get a few more riders here to get in that podium position overall. I don't see that being a problem, especially with the amount of time that we still have left remaining in this moto. Oh, Jet going for it. This is a great battle.
Oh, not much of a rut to use on the outside. Still greased it. Masterpool fights back. Side by side, Jet finally has a spot. So it's a Lawrence Brothers 1-2 again. It almost seemed like it took Jet a few laps as Masterpool comes right back. Wow. Speed in reserve for the 42 of Masterpool. Very impressive. Anyway, I was going to say about Jet, it's almost like it took a few laps for him to get it back together, and then he started rolling. So now Masterpool drifts back just a bit.
So you think about all the work that Jet Lawrence has done throughout this Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship Series so far, and then to have it stripped because of a mechanical. So now he has to go back to work again, and the pressure mounts, so he's got to make up for his loss. So really the pressure switches, in my opinion, to he's got to go out and execute, start beating his brother, winning some races to make up from that loss.
Yeah, so it's flipped completely. Jet coming in here with 4 straight moto wins and the points lead, or 4 straight overall wins. That streak is over. Points lead is gone as well. We check back in with Shimoda on the 30. He's got the 4-1-1 of Romano. That would be for 10th. Could put him on the podium overall. He's got more passes he wants to make. He gets around Romano first.
Right up the inside.
And that is Max Voland on the Red Bull KTM. Those passes were enough already to put him in a 3rd overall, but he wants more because every position is points. Man, Shimoda's got it rolling right now, but he's going to wonder if this is the one that got away from him as far as the overall win is concerned.
He's been so fast today. And like you said, his first moto win of Moto 1 here today, rode superb. Watch him here.
Yeah, trying again.
He's trying. He's working it. So the inside here saves so much track distance, just loses a little bit coming out of the corner exit.
Pierce Brown, more problems. He had a crash in Moto 1, and it looks like he's gone down here again in Moto 2. We also hear that his teammate, Mosman, who was in 8th, he went down, so that has pushed him back to 13th. So that's helped these two, Voland and Shimoda, make up a position as well. Shimoda just dogging Voland everywhere. Can this inside line work? Yes, just barely. Voland tries to come back. And not going to happen. So Shimoda, this is point salvage mode. How much further can he go? Kind of got put back in championship contention because of Jet Lawrence losing all those points in Moto 1. He's 3rd in the series coming in. So ahead of Shimoda, you have Nate Thrasher. Carson Mumford still hanging tough in 7th on the Suzuki. Kitchen is 6th. Robertson 5th. DeFrancesco fourth, and Masterpool still running in third. So there it is. Shimoda starting to pull away a bit from Voland. Voland kind of quietly putting together a pretty solid and consistent season. He's looking over.
Oh, yeah.
He wants to figure out where the rest of the pack is.
He is. He's got some work to do here. Next guy in front of him is Nate Thrasher. He's, let's see here, 6 seconds behind Nate Thrasher. So put his head down and drive forward. Click off as many good laps as possible.
There is Thrasher on the 49. He has caught Mumford here on the 43. And Kitchen not too far in front of him. So those are a couple of riders that Shimoda want to get around. It's not going to be easy, though. There's Shimoda with the drone shot. Or, sorry, that's DeFrancesco because it's Masterpool not too far in front of him. DeFrancesco looking for a Moto podium here.
Yeah, what a ride by this rookie.
Hey, there's something about these guys when they do their first race. We didn't get to see it from Rider D in Moto 1 because he went down. They just come in full of adrenaline, and often we see some amazing rides. This is not the first time we've seen a rider do this.
It's just tough to do. It's an incredible ride, and I go back to just what he's able to learn right here. Forget about the finish. The lessons that he's learning that he'll be able to take with him as he goes full-time professional next season would be great.
Send it back down to Will with more on this rookie.
Well, I had a chance to talk to his parents briefly earlier just to see what Ryder's mindset was like, how he was coping with, you know, the nerves of the day, and they said he's absolutely fine. His mum told me, you know, we're the ones who are struggling with this. Ryder, he's taking the whole thing in his stride. You talk, guys, about that top 10, and Ricky, you said what an excellent finish that would be for him. Well, that's where his eyes are set. That's the goal that he has. And I said, what if he doesn't make top 10? Is he going to be okay with that? And he said, no, absolutely not. He set his goal, and that's what he's going after.
Okay, he wants even more, and he would be 7th overall, even including the fact that pretty sure he went down in that turn right there in the first moto. Hey, we're halfway through this thing, 15 minutes down, 15 minutes to go. You can save 15% or more on your insurance with Geico. Hunter Lawrence looking for the overall win today with 2-1 scores. And not only did he make up a bunch of points and take the series lead over in Moto 1, but if he can hold his brother Jet off all the way to the end, that'll be 3 more points to the good for Hunter. So this is critical right now, not for the overall win, but for the series, absolutely.
Hunter really stepping it up these last couple weeks, and really from the second moto back in Thunder Valley, when he was able to get that good start, it's been helpful for him and his finishes, and that's what he's going to have to do to challenge his brother, to beat his brother for this championship. Yes, he got a little gift in the first moto, but he's putting the pressure back to Jet.
Send it back to Will.
Well, I got a chance to speak to Johnny O'Meara, their trainer of the 2 Lawrence brothers, just a few minutes ago. I just wanted to see what Jet's mindset was after everything that had happened and how he coped. And Johnny told me, yes, of course there was frustration. So the job in hand for him was just really to hit the reset button with Jet, make them understand this is racing, this is part of it, so you need to stop that down. Everything mentally needs to stop now, and you need to get motivated to go back out there. And he told me he is. He's ready. And right now, guys, we're obviously seeing him attack Ricky. For all riders, that is tough to overcome. I'm sure for these younger riders, it's just a big learning curve for them.
Well, it is. You're exactly right, Will, and Johnny giving him some great advice. I would do the exact same thing, and he's right. You can't control that. It is what it is. Worrying about it and being down about it, mad about it, isn't going to help the situation. You got to go back out there, start building blocks again, and earning those points.
Battle for third is on. It's still Ty Masterpool, self-supported privateer on the entry sheet. It says sponsors, none listed. Trying to hold off Styles Robertson and the Rockstar Husqvarna. Robertson is already looking at an overall podium today, potentially 2nd overall, but he wants more. It's a banner day, so take advantage, kid. Good battle here for this third in the moto. So DeFrancesco has drifted back just a bit. He's now behind these guys.
That's to be expected, though.
Yep.
I mean,
oh, no! Robertson goes down. Does this put the podium in play?
Oh, what a bummer.
At the same area that got Hamaker.
You come out of that corner, and the problem is the face of that jump is really slippery. And these guys, when they're leaning the bike over, they don't have anything to lean into, and as they do that, the tires just give way. They're asking a little bit too much out of their tires.
Oh no, so we'll have to redo the math and see after they come across the finish line if Robertson is still in podium overall contention. Is this the lead tightening up? I think it might be between the Lawrences, but first let's show you the crash here for Robertson. He's looking to make a move.
Yep, gonna come up the inside, and then watch what happens as he exits the corner up the face of that jump. Oh, actually, it was going backwards for him midway through the corner, just leaned over.
Wow, Jet has
too much lean angle, yeah.
Yep, Jet has caught Hunter at an alarming rate. He is right there now. It was about 2.5 seconds not that long ago. This would be big for Jet if he could salvage some of the points that he lost in Moto 1 with the bike failure. And we're going to Southwick next weekend, where Hunter went 1-1 last year. So pivotal moments in the championship between the two brothers. And Hunter has proven stingy when Jet gets to him. Definitely will fight you for it.
Overall standpoint, Hunter's good.
There it is. Oh, that was pinned together. Jet's got the lead now. Hunter tries to come back. Well, that was too close for comfort. That would have been a high-speed collision. Missed it by about 3 inches.
Jet's fired up, isn't he? You can tell in his riding.
Hunter coming right back at him. Just like he did at High Point. Trying to do the same in Moto 1. Again, it doesn't reflect the overall win, but every point matters right here.
Ooh. That's great. Good stuff right there. Man, that was tight. Here's a better look at it. Just to give you a perspective. Coming out. Whoa, closes the door on his brother. Makes the pass.
Wow. Well, they've been battling close.
Yeah.
So it was almost inevitable one of these days they were going to hit. Almost happened right there. Now Jet really starting to draw away. Jet be looking at 7th or 8th, somewhere around that overall. By the way, with the crash by Robertson, Ty Masterpool finds himself in a podium position overall. Can he hang on?
Season of Pro Motocross is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on motorcycle insurance. Motosport.com. Make your next ride your best ride. And by Monster Energy. Unleash the beast.
This is Michael Moseman from earlier today. Michael Moseman giving you your GoPro course preview. Showing what it's like to dig up the soil at RedBud on a 250 4-stroke.
Such a great perspective there to give you viewers from home shot at what it's like to be one of these guys.
Oh, it's turned into a dominant moto now for Jet Lawrence, who's about 9th or 10th after dealing with the bad gate pick after his bike broke in Moto 1. He comes all the way back and now is able to cruise at home. 7 minutes and 2 laps still to go. The real story is going to be the battle for the overall podium today. Jet's out of that picture. He didn't score any points in Moto 1. Hunter is looking at the overall win with 2-2 scores. Shimoda won the first moto, crashed early in Moto 2. He's looking at 2nd overall. Masterpool and Robertson are duking it out for the overall podium. And we'll see how that shakes out with, again, now 6 minutes and 2 laps to go. Is it possible on a bad day for Hunter that he could actually, or sorry, for Jet, that he could actually take some confidence out of this? Because this time he put the screws to his brother. Wasn't able to do it in some of the most recent battles. Here's your motosport.com whole shot replay.
Here's another look, and that was really a good start for Jet Lawrence. I mean, he was way out there, so best you could do, but Ryder DeFrancisco sneaking up that inside. There you go. You can see it at the bottom of your screen, using that inside line. Closing out his teammate, Seth Hamaker, and Hunter Lawrence.
Battles all over this racetrack. Shimoda is battling it out with DeFrancisco, so amazing comeback for Shimoda. I mean, he was buried. Bad start, then crash, and now trying to claw his way into 5th.
Joe's been on a mission all day long. This is a fantastic comeback for Joe. He's passed a lot of great young riders coming up through the pack here. Going insides, outsides, riding really aggressive, fast, but in control at the same time.
Well, that had been the story on Shimoda early in his pro career. Kind of a silent assassin, not a great starter. Late in the moto, you look up and you're like, wow, that's a better result than I realized.
I mean, he has a legit shot to get third place here.
Yeah, so that late race charge that he's known for, it could happen. He's gotten Di Francisco, and there's Kitchen, who's up to fourth on the 59. On the ETS Racing Fuels drone cam, you can see Kitchen is in the middle of this group. He's the second rider that you'll see. That's actually Masterpool right in front of him. So Kitchen is trying to take third from Masterpool, and Shimoda might catch them both, although the lap traffic's not making it easy.
Getting ruined by our lapper.
Tough break for Shimoda there. I think Kitchen just made the pass. Again, I don't know where the 30-minute fitness is for Masterpool, who's been out of a lot of racing with injury. So Kitchen has now made that move. That'll put him into third. And it's going to push Masterpool all the way back to fifth overall. It shuffles. It's so darn close with one pass or two. So now we're looking at a Hunter Lawrence, Shimoda, Robertson podium again. Kitchen would be fourth overall. So nice bounce back. Last time we saw him was at High Point when he crashed early in Moto 1. Looked like he was shaken up, limping. Actually salvaged at least finishes in those motos. Not great finishes, but he got to the finish line. And a little rebuild here for Kitchen. Going for a Moto podium. There's your math. Robertson would be back to the overall podium because Masterpool got past. And Masterpool has more company with Shimoda all over him. There's Masterpool. There's Shimoda. I hear that Masterpool is actually riding a used motorcycle. It's hard to find bikes. Was part of the AO Power Sports KTM team for a while.
He's doing a great job on a used motorcycle.
Almost tossed it away. Bars almost slipped out of his hands on that downhill. He's got to be tired coming back from injury and pushing this pace.
Yeah, maybe he's pumped up a little bit from running up front, holding on tighter. That allows, when your arms get pumped up, then it goes the opposite way. You can't hold on to the handlebars as tight as you normally would. That was a nice save, though.
So Shimoda is now fourth.
Yeah.
Is he going to get third in this moto? Unbelievable.
There's a good shot that he's going to. I mean, he's making up a lot of time here on Levi Kitchen.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. 1-3 beats 2-2. If he makes this pass, he's going to win the overall.
You're exactly right.
Because Hunter is sitting on a 2-2.
It does.
This is unbelievable. Shimoda is looking at, he had to be, what, 30th?
Yeah, he was behind 25th. Is 25th. I remember looking at the time and score, and he was 25th.
So Shimoda, if he can make this pass, and he's got 2 minutes and 2 laps to get it done, business just picked up here at RedBud. Shimoda could salvage his first ever overall win, and it would end the Honda and Lawrence brothers win streak. Oh, what a mistake by Kitchen.
He needs to play it cool. He's got plenty of speed to get Kitchen. He needs to time out his pass at the perfect spot. He knows where he's faster than Levi.
He's going to go around the outside. This inside has been tricky where Kitchen is, and just like that, Shimoda is in the third of the moto, and that will give him the overall win. What a comeback. And a lot of times this 1-3-2-2 thing, the riders don't know.
It's confusing.
Yes. It's hard enough when the riders start up front. I don't even know if Shimoda knows what position he's in, let alone where he is overall. I mean, he's passed 25 some riders. So he probably has no idea that this is happening. Fans are going nuts. Of course, they would have put the pit board out. Sometimes the other riders say, yeah, I was too busy. I couldn't read it. Let's send it down to Will.
Well, I'm with the Kawasaki Pro Circuits team right now. I just said to Mitch Payton, I said, do you think Joe's aware of the situation that he's in? And he nodded, and he said, yes, I think he is. I've been watching the pit boards. A message has not gone out on the pit board. But Joe, he's a smart rider. He's very aware, and Mitch thinks he knows what he's doing right now and the position he's in.
Oh, that would be impressive if he could do all that math while passing this many riders to even know that he's in third.
What an absolute comeback.
Here's Mitch Payton.
And a great point stay if he's able to keep it on 2 wheels and get this thing to the finish line.
Now, there was a time where this team absolutely dominated this series. It was not uncommon to see podium sweeps, 1, 2, 3, 4 points in motos. They've fallen on some relatively tough times. They still win races. They still contend for titles. It's not dominant like it used to be, but Mitch is going to be very happy if they can pull this one off.
And I tell you, with the exception of the help that they got from Jet's bikes, not making the first moto, this man right here, number 30, Joe Shimoda, has earned it the hard way. I mean, coming from behind this one, this moto, and then how hard he charged and never gave up that first moto.
So there it is. He was 1 point behind Hunter Lawrence a lap ago. He made the pass on Kitchen. That pays 2 championship points. So the overall points for the day, Shimoda now edging out Hunter Lawrence. It'd be his first ever win in this series. Styles Robertson is looking for 3rd overall. Let's remind you of what it looked like for Joe early in this one.
Yeah, and I'm not so sure this was even Joe's fault. And that's really a bummer for Joe. When stuff like that happens, you get caught up at. When you don't get a good start, you subject yourself to issues like that. When you're in the back of the pack, guys going all over the place, one guy falls, chain reaction happens. But he has mounted an unbelievable charge. Incredibly hard to do what Joe Shimoda is doing because of all the competition and how fast these youngsters are. He's done a great, great job.
So here is Shimoda looking to bring it home, the rider out of Japan. We mentioned in Moto 1 the sacrifices his family made to part-time move to the U.S. I believe his dad stayed over in Japan to continue working. So Joe would be over here with his family. They did not speak English when they first came over here. He was a pretty hot-shot amateur rider. Then he really took a step, I believe, in the Super Mini division. Won some titles at the Monster Energy race at Loretta Lynn's, and then got hired by the Geico Honda squad and took off from there.
Hold on to it,
yeah,
bud.
he got feet off the
Hold on to it. Yeah, you're almost there.
All right, Joe, looking at 2 to go. And look at that. Talk about building in the top 5. Then got that podium at High Point, and now looking for his first ever overall win. And he's going to lose a few points to the Lawrence brothers in this moto, but boy, did he make up a lot in Moto 1. So don't quite count him out of the title chase. 3rd in the standings right now. And this is an awesome story. The International Flair Motocross. They do have an All-Japan National Championship over there. So some great riders. We've seen them. It's a signal there.
I don't know. He's signaling something. Is there an issue? Or
oh, boy.
Bring this thing home, bud. Whatever's going on.
So I was going to say, is we've seen great, more veteran riders from Japan who race over there professionally come over to the United States.
Let's see. Looking back, see if he's got any.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. Like maybe his gas cap. Something wrong with his gas cap. Who knows?
Oh, could you imagine if this were to slip away? I mean,
that would be awful.
Yes.
I would be so bummed for Joe if something happened. I know, we're just like, we're sitting in here in suspense. We're like, what's happening?
Joe, we don't know what that means. A little more clarity, please.
It's like, no.
I don't know if the team would have understood that signal either. A lap and a half to go for Joe Shimoda to bring this thing home with 1-3 scores. Anyway, I was going to say, we've seen some Japanese riders come over, have some good motos, but they're generally veteran riders that race in Japan and come over and visit. Joe did it a different way, moved to the United States as a young rider. Here is Jet Lawrence, who's going to win the moto, but still a disastrous day for him as far as points are concerned. But look at the time he put into Hunter in this one.
He crushed the competition. It'll be interesting to hear his words on what he has to say. I mean, really, there is nothing to say. He's got to go out and do what he's been doing all season. He's going to have to go out and start getting them good starts, winning races, and building those points back and make up for the deficit that he's in.
And we go into Southwick, where Hunter Lawrence won both motos last year. As Shimoda looks to bring it home, we hope. White flag will be in sight.
It's funny, these guys, you know, like doing what, like pointing to his number plate or whatever he was doing. It's like, okay, well, unless you pull in, the mechanics can't do anything
No,
about
it doesn't matter
it.
anyway.
So, yeah, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's not telling them what adjustments to make in the next pit stop.
It's like, oh, it doesn't matter, bud. Let's see what happens here.
Looks over at the crew again.
Probably telling, I would love to see what his pit board said that time around.
Kitchen still circulating back there in 4th. And if he lost even one position, he'd lose the overall. Listen to the crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got Will. She does have a report there.
I was just keeping close eye on that pit board, Ricky. I heard you curious about what was on it, and they just told him, they were just like, you right now, you've got the overall #1, and his mechanic there sort of, you know, giving him the #1 sign there. I could see Joe look across, so he definitely acknowledged what was on the pit board. So if he wasn't aware before, guys, he definitely knows now.
Thanks for the information, Will. That's great. Yeah, what a great feeling, man. He needs to enjoy this lap right here. There's nothing else better than the first time you ever get your first overall Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship win.
And it looks like he's about to bring it home. Here's Jet Lawrence looking to take the Moto win and get a few points back after everything he lost in Moto 1 when the engine let go. Well, a little extra suspense in this championship. Be about 10 points or something along those lines would be the gap between he and Hunter coming into the next race at Southwick. He salutes the fans with a fist pump. Bad day, good day for Jet Lawrence. He comes back with a dominant second Moto win. Jet Lawrence wins Moto 2 at RedBud. Hunter looking to bring it home. Second in this Moto. Big points haul for him today. But Joe Shimoda, for the first time ever, he was the fastest qualifier this morning. Wins Moto 1. Comes from somewhere around like his number 30 in this second Moto to salvage a third. And the 1-3 Moto scores are going to do it. Joe Shimoda wins the overall at RedBud. His first career win. And he's still looking down at that motorcycle. How much more drama can we take today? Come on, guys.
Awesome. This is so good. Great job by Joe Shimoda all day long, showing great speed.
He really did.
Yeah,
he did.
I mean,
yes.
Yeah, great job. So cool to see.
We got a lot to unpack. Stories from the podium that'll be coming up after the break. But Joe Shimoda gets it done. Third in points, takes a win. Robertson's going to be on the overall podium as well. Listen to the congrats from this crew. Okay, now he really knows.
He didn't know.
All right. So the crew's down there. There's his agent, Lucas Myrtle. Joe Shimoda doing it the hard way today, taking the win.
Soil. Keep that engine alive.
We are back at the final massive podium ceremony about to get underway here at RedBud. Lucas Oil Race Recap 250 Moto 2. Ryder DeFrancesco, first pro race, almost got the first Moto hole shot, gets it done here in Moto 2.
Almost did the same thing in Moto 1, but yes, definitely an improvement from the first Moto, and he rode really well for his opening debut.
Shimoda on the 30 goes down early. He had won the first Moto, so now he's buried all the way in the back of the pack. Figure that's the end of his chance for the race win. Ty Masterpole leads early. Hunter Lawrence finally gets around him. Hunter into the lead. And we thought for sure the overall would be his, even though his brother Jet, whoa, too close for comfort, gets by. But Jet's not a player for the weekend's overall. His bike broke in Moto 1. But Shimoda just kept charging and charging into the top 10, into the top 5. And then next thing you know, as he gets around Levi Kitchen, he's in third, and the overall win is in play. Jet wins the Moto. He's going to go DNF 1, and Shimoda's 1-3 scores take the day's overall. Impressive. A lot of passes to get that. Kitchen going to end up fourth in the Moto ahead of Robertson. That'll give Robertson the overall podium. More on that later. Good job by Masterpool, by the way. 8th. Send it down to Will.
Joe just loving the crowd and them loving him right now, guys. So we just had a conversation, and Joe asked me, did I win the overall? Joe, at what point we were we're trying to figure out, had you done the maths while you were out there? Clearly you hadn't. Matt showed you on his pit board. So at what point did you really know that you'd got this done?
Honestly, just right now, because I went down on the first lap. I was way back, and then I didn't even know I was in third either. So, but it's weird. Points-wise, I guess I took the overall, and no, I'm really happy about it. I just want to say thank you to family, my mechanic Matt, Mitch Payton, whole pro circuit team, and Nick, my trainer. Just thank you so much. We worked hard for this, and hopefully I can keep this momentum going.
Talk to me quickly about the work that you did put in, Joe, because like you said, that was a fall early for you, a tip over early. You had to put your head down. What went through your mind at that point?
Not good. I was rushing and rushing, almost tucked the front end everywhere, but good thing I kept going.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Joe.
Words to live by. Good thing I kept going.
Yeah.
It all paid off. Relentless in both motos, Joe Shimoda, and he gets rewarded with the overall win. We'll show you how the 1-3, you essentially get what I can call a bonus point for winning a moto. So that's why 1-3 beats 2-2. Robertson in the podium, and Jet is actually 9th overall with the 34-1. Okay, lots more stories in the podium. Let's send it back to Will.
That's right, here with Hunter now, guys. Hunter, congratulations. Obviously, for a long while there, you thought you had this overall done, but you put in a strong ride today. So really, you go home with what thoughts in your head now?
Yeah, it's, you know, the red plate doesn't always come as fast as you want or how you want it, so, but we'll take it. It was a tough day. We made the most of it. I can't thank everyone enough from the team, so yeah, it's good. Congrats to Joe. He rode awesome today, and yeah, I'm not sure if it's July 4th. I can't hear anyone really, so maybe they can make a bit more noise.
Maybe give him a RedBud. That'll get him going.
RedBud!
That got it done, Hunter. Congratulations.
All right, even the Australians know how to get into the act here on Independence Day weekend. We're going to Southwick. This is going to be awesome to have the sand track that is very good for Hunter Lawrence next week, and we'll have a 450 moto on NBC next week as well. Okay, more from the podium. Lots of stories. Here's Will.
The podium once again today, Styles Robinson. Styles, congratulations. When you started the day here, were you expecting this? I know, you described yourself as a bit of a work in progress, and here you are on the overall podium.
Yeah, I love RedBud. The fans were insane. 4th of July weekend, and yeah, I cannot believe it. Big shout out to the fans. This is crazy, and yeah, just can't believe it. RedBud is now forever my favorite track.
I bet it is. Thanks so much, Styles. Go enjoy the win.
All right, the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna rider, second-year pro, is there on the box. Here's their points. Hunter Lawrence now down by, or up by 7. We go back down to the podium. Let's hear from Jet.
Jet, congratulations on that moto win, but obviously a tough day for you. So talk us through the emotions and the reset that had to go in between motos there.
Yeah, it sucked. Honestly, I was feeling good today. You know, I love this track, so it's a bummer, but that's part of the sport. We do rely a lot on the bike. It has to be set up pretty good. So, but no, bike was handling really nice. I'm super pumped with that race. It was a good comeback. So. Pumped to be up here. Sucks to lose the red plate, but at least I lost only to Hunter. So, no, thanks to the fans. So, happy birthday, America.
All right, well summed up there. Oh, you bet, Will. It is an amazing atmosphere, I'm sure, down there. 7 points, still darn close between the Lawrence brothers going into Southwick, and certainly momentum building for others like Shimoda. What a fantastic weekend at the races here at RedBud. For Ricky Carmichael and Will Kristen, I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching. Congrats, Joe Shimoda, you won.